What's up? Couple of things we got to discuss here. Man, another crazy day. As of me recording this video, we are closing in, if we have not already passed, $1.9 million in terms of this initial pre-order campaign. I've learned very quickly that in this business, so much can change. And we are making our adjustments. We've expanded our team. We're addressing problems, and it feels very good to be part of something special because it's as much bigger than me. Before I get started, let me go ahead and shout out to everybody. Of course, every single person that purchased it. I don't care if it was just one item or a bunch of them. I appreciate you. Make no mistake, I appreciate you. I can't wait for you guys to get the full book as well as the other items that are generally associated with it. We will be having a content series through the Rippaverse Comics YouTube. You should check that out, where we're going to at some point go through kind of updates and all of that starting next week. Now it's been so many people that have been in our corner of the internet that have talked about this, of course. And I think what people are now seeing is that we're not playing around. We're for real, and we can do it, and we're going to win. Razorfist did a phenomenal. If you haven't went and watched it, go check it out. Razorfist did a phenomenal video on this topic about, basically this is us doing kind of our own thing and not going through the old guard. And a lot of people don't like it solely because of that. They'll latch on to whatever excuse they need, but that's mainly what it's about, is that there are folks like myself, folks like Razorfist himself, that have done creative things, got people enthusiastic about it, and we're not going through them or asking for their permission. I've spent $0 on this as far as marketing. I've spent all my money everywhere else, getting the product, finishing it, paying my artists and all that. Now I'm paying for more stuff, product and everything, because it got crazy. But I've paid nothing in advertisement. I've not paid someone to promote this. Everybody that has talked about it, and I think this is the new way everybody that's talked about it has done it on their own sheer will. That's organic. That's true enthusiasm. And some people still can't wrap their minds around this because they were banking on us failing. Now they're moving the goalpost saying, well, we don't know that it's going to be good. I've never let my audience down on anything creative that I ever done. People are going to get the book. People are going to absolutely love it. And they're going to be waiting for the next one. That's just what this is. So I'm not your enemy. Don't make me out to be. But this is just what this is. This is a real thing here. And it's showing folks that we can certainly do it. You saw this probably by now. Fox, they reached out to me, and they had a little interview, a little sit down chat with them, and you can see kind of what we talked about and what that entailed. And even they're covering. We put the entire industry on the radar, like on notice rather. That's just what this is. It's real, and it's all organic. I think that's what's so frustrating. It's not any of the okay, you're paying the corporate entity to give you some sort of placement, and you have this sort of non-organic growth that you often see with some of this entertainment stuff. But this is purely, and to me, this is the updated model. It's no longer as archaic as it was. It's catching up with the times. And that's why the old guard, who's done it their way for as long as they've had, and definitely these folks who have tried to keep us up out of the space, are realizing that, wow, they have a mechanism just by sheer way of technology to skip the line, and everything that they said, all these people, these protectors of this, said I couldn't do this or shouldn't do that. He'll never do this. And then we go do it, and then they know they can't stop it. So they're trying to cope with this whole idea, watching their arguments be diffused in real time. This is way bigger than me. And I keep saying that, and I continue to reiterate. But there are those that, of course, are still confused, despite me explaining it. It's a combination of many different things. Yeah, the industry standard right now is in the tank. So a lot of people are thirsty right now. They want something new, and they know what they like. They know what they're into. And yeah, there's movements surrounding it as well. Again, think that's part of the future. That transparency. People know who I am. I've been public. I've told people. I've let people in on my life. Some of them, if you've been on YouTube, you've seen me grow up. And that they know and want to support that. And I welcome that. It's awesome to see people say, I've never bought a comic in my life. I know who Batman is. I know who this character is, but I never bought a comic in my life. This is my first one. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's what this is about. To see people enthusiastic about comics is just awesome. But there are folks that, of course, are frustrated. We've covered those over the last days. Other fellow people that are like in the commentary space have done a lot of coverage on that. But there's also something else that you have to take into consideration. Now, I know the old guard, or people that are so protective of these billion-dollar entities that control the market in comics, or think they do. And they're so protective of that because they're so spiteful, right? They think that this gets at anybody it is that they dislike because, hey, we're looking to them. And I guess they're correct in that sense that, hey, why are we looking to them in the first place for our form of entertainment? I don't care that we grew up on that brand. Why are we looking to them? They got control of it. Why can't we create? So the folks that are confused by this, I just wanted to show you this as an example, as far as what I am going up against and why people, though wanting good material, here we are. They want it, but this is what they're getting. Someone posted this. Max Priestley. Man, if I butchered your name, my apologies. And he posted about this being and the deal says, and I quote, "This is a legitimate panel from a comic, I Am Batman issue 11 that came out this week." Now let's look at some of the communication here. Looks like you have Montoya, and this is the cover, by the way, on this, and you can check that out. And this is what they said. Oh, this is what Montoya is saying. "What I know, Beckett, was racist, sexist, and homophobic. Now you're trying to virtue signal by offering the position of commissioner to a queer female representing Latinx." Now, that is a panel that someone's going to read that. And it's par for the course for what's happening right now in comics. But someone's going to read that and they're going to be like, why on earth what is this? Right? Why is this? What is this? This person could have gotten, or Montoya could have gotten the same kind of statement or made a similar statement, which is basically that, hey, they're offering a position of a commissioner based upon whatever superficial stuff, and it's not honest. You could have worded that in a way that didn't basically read like, I don't know, some on the nose, bull crap that just seems like some Queen Slave Gen Zer would say it and talk about it. It has all of the buzz terms that you would think in one bubble. It's pretty impressive. But that's where we're at. And this is what we're up against. Now, this has worked out for me especially. But for you guys who look at folks like myself as if I'm an enemy of you and we're an enemy of you, you need to understand what it is that you are protecting. You are protecting something that is not sending their best. These are activists. These are people that are so led by their politics that they have to beat their audience over the head with it. And I'm not, of course, interested in doing, but when you do it and it as what it is, this is what's going to happen. People are going to be turned off by that. And that's what a lot of folks are saying. It's like, dude, this is why this is doing so well. And it's partially right. Yeah, it's good material. It's well packaged. It's great what we're doing here and all the other stuff. But yeah, part of it is that look what I'm up against. If you want to understand why we're seeing so much success, you should look at this guard that you've been protecting, so protective of, and look at the type of material that they've been putting out in combination with the people that are the creatives and some of the things that they've said. And use the platform that was given to them by this to sit up here and say stuff that, despises their customers. I said this before. You don't got to like my comics. You don't have to like me. But I will say this. If you don't like my politics, you can still buy my book. I will sell it to you I will be thankful of you as a customer, and you are appreciated. We don't do something like this without having people that are, wherever they're at. But I'm just trying to make good material and get people enthusiastic. If you consider me your enemy and you're trying to go out of your way nitpicking and trying to find something to be mad at or upset because either it's jealousy or it's envy or just spite, you don't like the fact that a person who's aligned where I'm at doing something great, that's an internal conflict that you have to deal with yourself, because I've not used this as a way to make an enemy necessarily out of people. My promotional material reiterates that. My politics are mine. My social views and all of that are mine, and I'm not going to pretend like it might not show itself here and there as far as in the background or underlaying the plot, as Stan Lee would once say, but I have no desire to beat my audience over the head, which is why when you read the synopsis, when you see the promotional material for the book, we're focusing on what we want to do as a company, and that Isom Trailers focuses on the story. It focuses on the story, and that's the important thing, not all this other stuff. It's funny, all these anti-racists keep making it about, he's being used. He's being used. That's the only reason why they will support it, because they watch their arguments. The people that they have said were the evil, meanie racists, right? And they had the benefit of that being a thing because they controlled everything. So there was no comparison to be made, right? And now, because there's people that are more in the indie circuit that also, are people that are charismatic and have a personality, and people can keep up with them. They can see the entire process. That level of transparency exists. There's a lot of folks that are of various different races, gender, whatever, and they're doing good stuff. And so the people that have depended on that don't have that anymore. And it's funny how they reference my race more than I do in regards to this promotional stuff. Y'all focus more on that than me. Y'all keep making it about that. If it was up to me, just enjoy some good work. But if that's where you're going to go, that's where you're going to go. I have to reiterate, I thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. And we're just getting started. I have, my business has expanded to an astronomical level, and it happened overnight. And we're doing everything in our individual power to ensure that we can handle this influx. We will make sure that we are getting your material out there. And I thank you guys so much for the continued support. But understand that we're just getting started. We're just getting started, baby. Whispering like Joe Biden.